Hi, I am Xin Wen, and these are my works. I'm very glad to be here at the Lipont Gallery for our group show. I grew up in Yunnan, China, and been studying art in Vancouver for the last 10 years. I think it's my personality that led to it. I didn't want it to become let's say, a artist in the first place. I didn't even know what artist means. I just wanted to know more about nature, colors, dances, music, people. I just wanted to be at a place where we celebrate life. And that's why I went to 3 different schools and really learned how we see the world in different perspective. So that's why I think I didn't really choose it. It chooses me. I went to the first school is a makeup school called Blanche McDonald. And the second school is Emily Carr, where I got my bachelor degree in painting. And the third school would be Vancouver Film School. Many people, when they hear me talking about my schools, my education experiences for the first time, they would ask, oh, how come you choose 3 completely different schools? Okay, so things are like this. First, I chose the makeup school because I wanted to know more about beauty. Since I was like a kid, 16, 17, I didn't know what art is, right? I was saying I didn't choose art. So the only medium to me at that time was makeup, color, looking beautiful. And I heard about the makeup school program. They had movie makeup, TV and film, bridal makeup. So I think, yeah, that might be a good school to attend for a year and a half. So there I went. And after that, I discovered more and more possibilities that I can do. Because in Blanche McDonald, they actually teach you how to mold and how to sculpture for TV and film makeup. So that is when I figure out, so Xin, you want to do more. And I want to go to a school where I can actualize all these possibilities for myself. That's why I went to Emily Carr. I tried to apply for art schools. Yes. And after that, after I get my bachelor's, I still feel like I'm lacking of the knowledge of digital. Right now, it's a digitalized world, and I think as an artist, I feel the need to understand that as well. That's why I went to the foundation in Vancouver Film School. Oil is my first choice. Oil is a very good way to present your color. And the size is really good if you're having an exhibition as well. And the smells of it is very raw. Sometimes I do enjoy where my studio has a bunch of scents in oil, in almost like mineral-like sort of feeling. And I love how that mineral, it gave my audience that kind of visceral feeling. And I think the thickness, the color, and the smells is part of my painting. But I do use pencils or watercolor when I go out for inspiration and sketches. Comes from when I was young. All these myths and legends from Asia, from China, say 八仙过海, the 8 gods crossing over the sea, or 哪吒, which is another deity which is very powerful but looks like a kid and has 3 heads and 6 arms, and wears a skate but made out of rain and fires. So all these images are super vivid to me. That would be my support for the story, for the art. And I love about the 5 elements, which is the fire sign, water, earth, and wood, and gold. How do I name my work? I name them based on either the feeling or an idea I want to pass on. So let's say this one is called As Bees Maybe a Night Blows. In Mandarin would be 或许夜风吹过. I want to make the name of the work more poetic. I am really into Chinese traditional poetry and poem. I think they have showed a lot of people how simple words can form energy and bigger idea. And because I don't really like to explain my work a lot, so I think looking at the work and seeing the name will already explain or hint to a certain direction. From heart, I love surrealism and I love expressionism, so I think it's easy to see by their movements, exaggerations of their limbs. I think there's certain surrealism embedded in, and also the brushstroke is very strong and expressive. So I would think those are my 2 biggest. And I do like seeing things, how they play out in a certain relation, in a certain composition. So I would say collaging, not in the traditional way of like collage works, but I would say there's collaging elements when I compose them as well. I love Alberto Giacometti. He's a sculptor, and he has one show in Vancouver, which I'm super lucky to go. And actually, I saw his work in different gallery for many times, and I'm super happy. So he is the person who sculpted the very tall, slim figures, and during the wartime, he describes how people and dogs are super depressed and starved. I think his work is very, very powerful. Another one would be Richard Serra. His work is very big, huge. I wish I go to see his work one day. Seeing his work is like you stand in it's a scene. It's a heavy body experience. In front of his iron sculptures, you feel you're super small. The art kind of eats you when you really stand in front of his work. I think it's very forgiving, and more people start to discover more about art is never unapproachable as like in a Renaissance period, because only the wealthy and rich people can afford such piece hanging in their bedroom or something, or there wasn't galleries or stuff for people to see the work even, right? So it's such a privileged property to have at that time. But right now, everybody can access and can gain the opportunity to view art and communicate culturally. I think it's a great way to start talking about art and having this conversation internationally is really good. I wish to see and to encourage more artists to bring out their work, their culture, and weave this culture into our world DNA. Yes. Calligraphy. Yes, because painting as a medium, I'm always learning, and I will be going to another school probably soon, which they teach me the traditional way of painting, like the Renaissance period, classical academy painting style. And the reason why I want to do calligraphy is because now I have so much more knowledge in the Western medium than my cultural heritage. Yes. So I wish to have more time to practice my calligraphy and also my 白描工笔 literal painting techniques, because there's some elements I think in my painting that do give you senses of the Asiaticness, and I think practicing and seeing more the old masters from China would definitely help me on my artistic path. Not really, but thanks to social media and internet, I get to see the artists I like, and I get to see more artists that coming out. Maybe I will like them if I see their work one day on Instagram or something. So it's really good, and social media kept me in this train where I never am left behind, not knowing what is the art world like. So social media kept me on a very good spot that I know, how's everyone doing and where should I go next or something like that. So I think it's... Oh yes, I do. Interestingly, I found out myself listening to slower beat when I'm painting. On YouTube, there's a fast forward or like slowing it down. I always slow my music down to 0.75 and listen to it, because the more I paint and the more I listen in the background at a normal speed, I feel like it's too chaotic. You can't really be in a calm and tranquil sort of a state. And I realized if I reduce the speed, I can actually think between the milliseconds and deciding what color I'm gonna use, but also having the music on the back of my mind. So yeah, it's interesting. I listened to FKJ, French Kiwi Juice. It's a new genre. He had an interview himself asking if people had heard about his music genre. Nobody had. So if you're interested, check out his music genre. I've had the chance to see some AI art. I'm not opposed to it. Like some of my university friends, they are actually really good at using AI. And for one moment, for one time, I was really worried about my value. But now I don't, because AI is not a person, and he can't feel the process, but I can feel my process. I think that's the only thing that is different. One is a machine to human, one is human to human. It's just different feelings, I think. So I'm not too worried about that.